Bobbbaaaay, and we back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Purpose in the Youth podcast. Today on the show, we got my man Rome Green Jr.
Oh, yeah.
What's happening, brother?
Here, in the building.
We're in the
man?
building.
Woo! It's Monday. Let's do it.
Monday morning.
Monday morning. Early.
When this drops, it'll be on a Wednesday, but just know
it's all good.
We record this on a Monday. We were
did this
fired
for you
up.
guys on a Monday.
You might think that we just had 10 cups of coffee, but in reality, we didn't. We just
it's just life.
We're life, man.
Life.
We're feeling good. Who is Rome Jr. today? Rome Green Jr. today.
Man. Today I am a writer, actor, comedian, spiritual, energetic, young black man in Hollywood. That's what I am today. Yeah.
You got a list.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't put yourself in a box.
I was gonna continue, but then I would have felt like I was being narcissistic. So I was like, let me stop.
We'll
let
just
me
spend
relax.
the whole podcast of him just describing
and
himself.
I'm this, and I'm that, and I'm this. I'm like, who is this guy?
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's just you're able to just try things. It sounds like, and just seeing your content, clearly you're not scared to put yourself out there and really try everything.
That's the great thing about doing any type of comedy. Like, you don't have to like play sexy.
Yeah.
Like if I was an R&B singer, I couldn't do certain things because it doesn't fit to the brand. But when you're a comedy, whatever. Like
anything goes.
Go outside, I poop on myself and pee. It doesn't matter. You can do what you want.
You could literally do what you want.
Oh, he's the funny guy. Oh yeah, no, it's fine. But that also puts you in the box when you want to start doing some serious things as well. So it's a give or take situation. Yeah. You got to kind of find the balance.
It's not a bad problem to have.
It's not a bad problem.
Not a bad problem to have.
No, not at all.
You were born. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Were you born in Germany?
I was born in Germany.
Okay.
I was born in Heidelberg,
Germany.
Heidelberg, Germany in 1988.
And did you
April 1st of 1988.
April 1st.
Yep.
And did you spend a lot of your time growing up there, or?
I spent a long time, 2 years to be exact.
long
time. I was 2 years old. My father and mother packed up and went to Massachusetts. Represent.
Let's get it.
Unfortunately, I wish I knew exactly where in Massachusetts.
We'll figure that out.
But yeah, they moved to Massachusetts. And then from there, we moved to Panama.
Okay.
We were in Panama. Then we moved to North Carolina.
Wow. So you guys were just bouncing around.
Yeah, bouncing around. You know, wherever my father went, my mother was right there. My mom, like, as soon as both of them went in the military, my mom and my father, they were both in the military. So as soon as she had me, she was like, you know what? You know, mom, she's like, you know what? I'm getting out. I'm taking care of my baby.
Yeah.
Dad's like, well, I got to pay the bills.
I'm still in here.
I'm a boss. I got to do this. So we moved to Panama. She moved us there. I remember Panama to an extent. I remember it was really tropical.
Yeah.
The one story I tell about Panama is I remember I had a friend named Michael, because everybody has a friend named Michael.
Of course.
I know you know Michael. It's literally the most common name. I just wrote a joke about how Mike. There's a Mike in my group.
Mike, what
There's
up,
a
Mike?
Mike somewhere. If you don't have a Mike in your life, it ain't right. There you go. Bars. Stamp it. So we're in Panama. And I'm going to visit my friend Michael. And I had this like big Willie bike. For those who don't know, a big Willie is just two wheels and they're both big.
Okay. That makes sense.
And mine was Ninja Turtle, so it was decked out.
That's baller.
You know, it was boom.
You were nice.
I'm cruising the block, headed down to my friend Michael's house. I get to his house. His mom comes outside. I'm like, hey, can Michael come outside? Oh, she's like, yeah, sweetie, give me a second. She had a trash bag in her hand. She goes into the trash can, lifts it up, puts the bag in the trash, screams, runs in the house.
What?
In my mind, in my little kid mind, I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah,
what is that? So I'm being curious, so I go around the trash can to look. Kid you not, it's a thick yellow python, like unraveling, coming towards me. I take off.
Oh my.
I take off running.
I forgot, down there, it's a different world. Animals and critters.
Oh yeah, it's a totally different world. The python, that basically was his home. I was intruding on him. I took off running, left the big Willie, everything. I run to the house. I'm crying. I'm like, Dad, there's a snake outside. He's like, let me go grab my gun. So he goes to go put his gun together. In my mind, I'm like thinking, by the time you get back down here, the snake is going to be gone.
It's gone.
He goes outside. The snake is gone. I'm not going outside for at least 2-3 weeks. I'm done.
Oh, my God.
I'm done outside.
That's going to, hurt
my mother,
mentally.
My mother used to tell me all the time she didn't want me outside because everything was poisonous. yellow, big, bright yellow frogs, red frogs, blue frog. You can't touch it. Kids, we want to touch shit.
Of
And
course.
I'm like, and she's like, no, I don't want you outside. But yeah, that was Panama.
Damn.
That was Panama. But that is, it was a beautiful place, tropical place. I mean, it's just everything's beautiful. The people were nice from what I can remember. And yeah, then we went to North Carolina, where my mom is from. My dad is originally from Florida, from Sarasota, Florida. My mother's from North Carolina.
So you got to travel quite a bit for being so young. I mean, that's a completely different environment that a lot of people grow up in. Myself, I grew up in the same house in Chicopee, Massachusetts, all my life, and then I made the move. But you get to growing up, were born in Germany, and then you're down in Panama, and then that's.
I think the best part about being a military child is just experience. Yeah. Like, what I'm saying, at a young age, experience and learning that, oh shoot, there is a different culture here. Like these people aren't like me, but they're like me because we're human. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a connection. Like, there was a guy there. I remember there was a little boy there who he didn't speak any English, but for some reason we just bonded. Like, we didn't.
We're boys.
That just goes to show, like, people, you can get along with anybody. It's what you make it. It's the connection that you have. It's what you believe in. And if you guys just, it was just two kids having fun. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know racism is taught. You know what I'm saying? That's a taught thing, and it's unfortunate, but it is here. But it's just like, yo, we can just get along. Like,
if you put all these kids in an environment when they're growing up and they don't know anything else,
that's it. Like,
there's
best
no,
of friends. Like,
they have no, it's no difference.
It's no difference. And my mother taught me about the history and slavery, all this stuff. I learned all this stuff, but she also taught me that, hey, people are people, and people will be people, and you can make those connections. You have to use your discernment. That's one thing that growing up, you have to use your discernment when dealing with anybody. I mean, whether it's grown-ups or kids, whatever, you just got to use that discernment. So being a military kid taught me a lot about being on time. That is one of my pet peeves.
Oh man.
Like, with this morning when I hit you and it was like the Uber said like 10:15, in my mind I'm upset because I'm like, yo, Uber, get me there, and he got me here.
Yeah, he did. He
got me here on time.
Yeah.
It bothers me when people are late for things, because the thing is, it's called common courtesy.
Amen.
You can be late. Just let me, let me know.
Just know.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know. Like, hey, I'm going to be a little late. Cool. Don't just show up like, all right, cool, I'm ready to go. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Time.
Just be very transparent about where you are.
Time is one of the most valuable things we have. And if I'm wasting it on waiting on people, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I've touched it in a couple episodes in the recent past, but it is one thing that I can't stress enough, that I'm very anal with my time. And when somebody says be here, I'm there. I'm trying to get there 10 minutes early just to be there, just to make sure that I'm there, because I don't care who you are. I don't care what the reason we're meeting. You're giving me your time, or I'm giving you my time. We need to make this a very easy thing. If I'm going to be somewhere at noon, I'll be there at noon.
Even if it's on set, like.
Yeah.
Regardless,
I would imagine that's even more.
Regardless if it's on my set or somebody else's set, I don't care if we're having a shoot. I want to be the first one there. Yeah. I want to set the example. I want to be the one you say, "Oh man, he was here.
Yeah,
he's the last one here. Like, he's out here." Because when I get on set, I need time. I want to meet people. I want to meet the director. I want to meet the DP. I want to meet who's working the lights. I want to meet the crafts. Or you meeting these people that they feel value because you're taking the time, because they work hard. Like, these crew members work hard. So I want to show my appreciation for them being up early and being able to take care of what I need to make this happen, because without them, it's not happening. Yep. So if you showing up late and like, oh, whatever, it's just like, this dick. Like, you don't want to be that.
You don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to be that guy. So yeah, man, I'm big on time. Huge on time.
What other interests did you have as a kid?
Oh man.
Because you're doing acting,
definitely,
you're doing comedy,
music,
doing everything.
Music was one of the main things. Yeah. I was always into music, always into anything entertainment. My dad used to DJ.
Okay.
My dad DJ. To this day.
On the ones and twos, baby?
To this day, we have the biggest joke. I mean, he still DJ. My dad's 55. He just turned 55. He DJs. We call him DJ Slice. That's his
DJ Slice in the house,
like,
baby.
Even the fans know him as DJ Slice.
I love
it's hilarious. But Yeah, he used to DJ, so immediately I had that music ear. Every car ride, it was all jazz.
Oh man.
So it used to be, and that's a lost art form. That the jazz is
Yeah.
just gone. But when you hear it, like I was in the Uber yesterday, and this lady was playing jazz, and I was like, yo, this sounds so good. Like it sounds beautiful. I don't know. I think everything makes a resurgence. That's the beautiful thing about the circle of life.
Yep.
I don't know when jazz is gonna make another one, or if it'll be another form of jazz.
Yeah.
But like, man, it was beautiful. So yeah, that's where I got my music ear from my dad, because he DJ'd and did all that good stuff. What other interests I had? I mean, we didn't have any internet and things at the time, so we were outside playing.
That is different. Yeah.
We were outside playing.
Outside playing.
I was into sports. Played basketball, baseball, football, and then I got fat. And
We
then,
all do. Not just you. We all go through that phase.
I got large. I got
action,
large, and I think that's when music kind of took over, because I was like, I'm lazy. I don't want to do the sports thing now. I want to create.
Yeah.
I want to create. And then I started seeing friends like sell candy, of course, and I was like, man, that's cool. They're making money.
They're making money.
Let me try that. And so I started doing that. I've always been the kind of kid that could mold to whatever I wanted to do, but I know my main interest was definitely music and just anything entertainment. Like I used to watch all the TV shows. I used to be glued in front of TV, cartoons. I really got into Pixar when Toy Story blew my mind when it came out. I was like, what is this?
How is this happening?
What is this?
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear,
To the
all
rescue.
that. And I was just like fascinated with how these characters had just different story. Like everybody, that's when I really got into story. I was like, yo, you can make up stories for a living? Like this is what you can do? And like people get paid for that? And I was like, all right, that's something I want to dabble in.
It's like what?
I can become what I want. I can just make up a story and then do. That's what got me into watching more movies and things like that. Like seeing what these writers were coming up with is incredible. Like all this stuff is incredible. So that was something I was interested in. What else? Food. Food.
Never heard.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a lazy kid. I tell people I was lazy. And it wasn't until like my mom used to. I used to hate her for it, because she would always want me to do extra credit. As a kid,
You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it.
Why? Let me just get the credit. I don't need the extra part. But man, does it teach you some type of perseverance growing up. Like doing the extra credit. That's what life is about, the extra. You can do what needs to be done, but what else are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And my mom, man, she put that in me early. She was like, you don't understand. That extra credit is going to be like your covering for if you don't do too good. And then you'll be like, oh, but I have this extra credit here.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Growing up, that makes sense. That makes so much sense. Like having that extra just oomph or extra.
Making you work harder for something.
Making you work harder for something. I was like, oh, back then I didn't like her for it. Now, thank you, Mom.
You praise her for that, because
thank you.
It instilled into you, and it pushed you to add that to your work ethic, to go that extra mile, to be the person that's showing up on set early, to shake the hands of the people that are working. I tell people it's
about going through the motions. Like last year we started this thing called Fit 16 where, and it started on accident. Got up one morning early, like 5 a.m. We didn't have a car at the time. We were walking to the gym. The gym's 2 miles away. Walking 2 miles there, working out, walking 2 miles back. Every morning, 5 a.m., 5 days a week. It started as just a play thing. I'm on my Snap. I'm like, oh, Fit 16, let's get up, let's get it. Within like a week, people have hit me up. Yo, you inspired me to get up. I'm on it. Now, I back myself in the corner. Now I got to put up or shut up.
You're like a role model for it.
Now I have to keep going. We did it for a full year. And when I tell you some mornings, I just wanted to give up, but I had a partner. So that's where the teamwork comes. I had a partner, accountability partner, a guy in the group who was getting up with me. And it's funny how our mind works. Like some mornings I would literally, the alarm clock would go off. I would hit it. And I'd be sitting there. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going. I'm not going. Like, I've accepted that I'm not going. It's just not happening.
Not happening today.
Not happening today. But then I would hear him get up. And in my mind, I'd be like, I can't leave him. I can't leave him. And it would piss me off so bad.
He's like, go back
to bed. And I would get up and I would go. Same thing with him. He'd be like, some mornings he's about to text me, but then he hear like the door open to go to the bathroom or something. He'd be like, oh. we gotta get it. But going through the motions, man, I tell people it teaches you so much. Because some people are like, oh, but I didn't get a good workout in because I was tired. It's okay. You did it though.
Yeah.
You did it.
You showed up.
You showed up. You showed up. LeBron's not gonna do the best every game. He shows up though.
Yeah.
Even if it's 4 points. Hey, my man, he was in here.
Better than 3 points.
Better than 3 points.
Yeah.
I tell people, go through the motions. Though that's what makes champions. Like, you gotta go through the motion, because if you don't, then you're just gonna keep saying, "Oh well, tomorrow. Oh well, next day." Oh, you gotta go through the motions. And some mornings we be hurting, like eyes red, just hurting. And it's like, not saying it's like East Coast cold, but it gets chilly in the morning. It's chilly. Nobody want to walk in that. Like, you don't want to walk in that. And then the days it's really hot. You don't want to walk in that. Oh my God! And you get to the gym, you work out, and now I'm thinking, oh man, I just killed this workout.
Now I gotta walk back.
I gotta walk back.
Damn.
But we calculated it, like 4 miles a day, 5 days a week for a year. It was like walking from Atlanta to Cuba. Crazy. That's like,
a lot of miles.
That's a lot of miles. And what it did, it taught me, I was like, yo, that's a journey. Like, that is literally a journey. Yeah. Atlanta to Cuba, that's to cross the ocean. Yeah. Like, that's a journey. And I was like, yo, life is about those journeys. It's just those journeys. And it felt so good because I could say I did it. Yeah. And I could say I inspire people to do something, which... That's
crazy. If you get even just one person that hits you up and it's like, hey, you getting up
people sending me weight loss pictures. People send me, and I'm like, yo, I can't stop now. Like, I literally can't stop. I have to keep going. So then this year, it was a Better Me 17. I was continuing. And now people are upset when they don't see me up. They push me now. Like, if I miss a day, they're like, yo, what's going on? Where you at? Yeah. And now I'm like, oh, fuck, I feel bad. I got to get up. I gotta go.
Actually do
and I was like, whoa, I've created this ecosystem of just support and, like, motivating people and, like, being inspired. I was like, yo, that's what life is. Yeah. That's the purpose. Like, that's what life is.
That is the purpose.
Yeah, it's just like, why not?
Man, that's inspiring, too. You guys, I find that, too, with myself. If you just have that one person that pulls you, then when you're down on the ground, they're going to pull you up. When they're down, you pull them up. And you just keep showing up and keep going to the gym.
And then my homeboy that I was doing it with, he in the gym, sometimes he would be slacking and he would be like, yo, sometimes I don't like working out with you because you don't know when to stop. and I'm like, yo, he was like, yo, you just got heart. And he was like, but that makes me keep going. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you just got to have those people, because at the end of the day, even if I had nobody, what is my reason for getting up and going? My reason for getting up and going is because, I want to take care of myself. Yeah. I want to live to be I want to live to see my grandkids. I want to live to do something. So let me take care of my body now while I can still function and move around, instead of worrying about it when I'm like 50 and I'm like,
it's a little too late. At that point, it's a little too late.
Take care of it now, eat right now, and then I can not saying life's gonna be easy, but it'd be a lot easier now that I took this leap of faith now and just started doing it, man. So
it's that discipline. Yeah. It's having that discipline.
Goes back to Army.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it sounds like it goes right back to the Army.
It goes right back to the core, man. Getting up, having to make your bed every day, having to take out the I don't think anybody who's listening to this, if you have parents, when you're little, you don't understand when they keep telling you, wash the dishes, take out the trash, da-da-da. It sounds like a broken record. Mm-hmm. But then when you get older, you're like, okay, I need to wash the dishes. I gotta do
this.
I gotta do that. Like,
I gotta make my bed.
And you're like, oh, shoot, this now my house is clean. Oh, this is what they were. Okay, I get it now.
Now I see why they were trying to get me to do this.
I get it. You just get used to doing it, and it's about that discipline. And then you take that same discipline, put it to your craft. Mm-hmm. Like, I need to get up. I need to write. I need to read. I need to study. I need to whatever it is you need to do. You use that. Like, take out the
training. It's training for the bigger
basic
picture.
Training. Back to Army.
Basic training. Yeah. Honestly, God.
It's literally that's what it is, man. And I was blessed with two parents who just instilled that in me. My mom and my dad did separate, but the love was never lost between like, it was always about me, and I seen them and how they got along, and that was still good for me.
They made sure that they were there for you to give you that uprising, which is very important, because if you get parents that obviously have to divorce and
and I was with my mom, so it was times where I didn't see my dad, and I was, as some days I'd be frustrated, but like, well, I don't see him. And then some days when I do see him, like, it felt like it wasn't nothing there. But when I turned 18, it's something I realized. I was like, yo, my dad, when he had me, he was 25. So by the time I'm like 10, 11, he's only like 36 years old. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about me, 36. I'll be 36 in 7 years. I'm 29. I'm like, yo, he was kind of a kid having a kid. Like, it's like 36 isn't still young.
Still very young.
Still figuring out life. Still trying to like maneuver like what's this world I'm in. Of course he's not going to, not saying that's an excuse for not being there, but it's like I cut him some slack because I was like, all right, I'm trying to put myself in your shoes, having an 11-year-old son at the same time while you're trying to get your career together. And you know what I'm saying? Like it just is one of those things that I think if more kids who do have problems with their parents, just talk to them about it. Like, yo, how did you feel when you had me? What were you going through? And this and that. I think you reach an understanding like, okay, it's just life. Like, it's just one of those, not that you didn't love me, not that you, it's just
it might have came at a time they didn't expect it to come, and they took on what they were given.
Yeah, trying to just make it work. Balance.
Yeah.
And the balance. And I'm thinking about myself. My mom was 22. I'm like, I imagine myself at 22. You had me at 22? Mom, I was a wreck. No way I was having a kid at 22.
There's no way I could have one right now. I have way too much I'm trying to do and accomplish that I can't have to worry about somebody else, you know?
So for the people out there with kids and dealing with kids, you are the true heroes because you guys deal with a lot. You deal with a lot. And luckily, people like me and you, we understand where our path is. And, we don't see a child right now. I think, but now if it was to happen, I think I'd be able to maneuver
you would find a way to make it work.
Find a way to make it work.
There's no question about it.
Of course.
You would have to find a way. You would still want to chase what you're doing now.
Yeah.
But now you'd have to
implement this.
Exactly.
this human being
that talks, eats, sleeps.
It needs you around. He'd be on my back.
He'll be coming with the 5 a.m. walk. He'll
Hey, listen, get on my back. Let's go. We gotta go. But whatever you gotta do, man. Yeah.
You gotta make it work.
Gotta make it work.
So,
man.
18, you ended up going to college in Atlanta, right? Yeah. Where did you go to school?
The prestigious Art Institute of Atlanta.
How was that?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Because if I wouldn't have went there, I wouldn't be here. It's those. I'm a big spiritual guy, so it's just like those moments. You're placed in moments because those moments lead. It's like that drop of water makes the rest of the ocean. Like that one drop adds to to another drop. Eventually, you got a flood, a big flood. Drop. So my drop was me going to Atlanta, and here's the thing: I almost didn't go to Atlanta because I was going to stay in state. The only reason I didn't because the Art Institute of Charlotte in North Carolina didn't have audio.
And you wanted to do audio. Yeah. This goes back to the music as a kid.
I wanted to do audio. I was like, you know what? I want to do audio, but not just music. I wanted to Disney, Pixar. I wanted to do sound design. I want to do that stuff. So I was like, all right, I can produce music. I can do sound design. I just want to be in that audio space. Boom, Atlanta had it. Oh, cool. That's a 4 or 5 hour drive.
Not
perfect.
Bad.
I'm not too far from home. I can do that.
The parents are just gonna show up at any point.
Easy. You gotta call me before you pull up, because I'm going to college now. I'm a man.
I'm the real deal.
I'm the real deal. Crazy thing is, it goes back to manifesting what you want. In 2002, I went to Atlanta. I was in 9th grade. I went to Atlanta with my mom and my sister for a cheerleading competition. Got down there. It was at the Georgia Dome. Cheerleaders everywhere. For a 14, 15-year-old kid, lost my mind. I said, oh, Atlanta's like this? I'm coming to Atlanta. My mom's like, it's a cheerleading competition. I'm like, no. But it was something in the city that was like, you need to be here. And that was 4 years prior. So I just said it. My mom was like, whatever. And I kept saying, I know I'm going to go to school in Atlanta. Like, I'm going to school there. Fast forward 4 years later.
That's where you went.
And she was like, yo, you weren't playing. Like,
do you think it was the culture or what about Atlanta pulled to you? Because I think the way you're making this sound, it feels the same when I had this dream of moving to LA, but I hadn't visited just yet. There was something I saw and I was
when
like, that's
where I
need to be.
It was an energy. It was just an energy when I got there, and I was like, I think this is where I need to be. It's one of those things you can't really explain. It was one thing you can't really explain. It's just like, this energy is here. I'm holding on to it. I'll see if it fades. And it didn't fade. I was like, I still need to go there. Because a lot of music was coming through there. Mm-hmm. You know, your T.I.s, your Ludacris, like everything was going. I was like, that's where I need to be if I want to.
Because you don't know who you could run into, or that's where everyone's making music.
I was like, I can't do it here in North Carolina. I was like, I mean, like, I can do it in North Carolina, but the path is leading me to Atlanta. So I get to Atlanta, and I'm like, oh yeah,
this is where I need to be.
This is it. So yeah, I went to the Art Institute Atlanta. First day of school, met the guys.
First day you met your crew. Oh man, this is like a Hollywood film. Like
first day,
first day.
It still blows my mind when I think about it. And the thing is, every guy in the group almost didn't come to Atlanta. So like that's how I know it was meant. Like every guy in the group almost didn't come, and we just
were they all from different parts of the country?
3 of the guys from Miami, because 2 were brothers.
Okay.
2 of the brothers. So basically, one of the brothers, he was playing football, hurt his knee. I say, listen, that was guy like, boop, all right, your knee's done. You got to go.
Try something else. Try something else, buddy.
So he gets to Atlanta. He was hanging out with one group when he said he first got there. He said he felt something was like, this isn't the group for me. You know, you got to find your cliques. He said the first day of school, he came downstairs. We were all sitting at a table. He comes, he introduced himself to me. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? He said instantly, good energy. He just said it was good energy all around. So he moved. His brother and his best friend were still in Miami. So he met me and the 2 other guys. Me and one other guy, Manuel.
Okay.
From DC. And it just kind of flowed together. And let me backtrack. It was 2 other guys. One of the guys, he's no longer in the group anymore. So it was 6, but it's 5 now. But we met each other, and it was just like, yo, something's here. Don't know what it is. Something's here. We just all clicked. We laughed about the same stuff, all that. And, the other part about it, we all stay on the same floor.
Oh, man. I mean,
same floor in the
school was asking for it, putting you guys
like,
on there.
It's the same floor. We was like, what floor you stay on? I'm on 6th floor. I remember my apartment was 623. I stayed right here. One guy stayed to the right. Other guy stayed to the left.
Oh, man.
Crazy. I'm like, what is going on here? Started hanging out from there. Eventually, the other guys that we knew started to fade away. We started coming
getting closer and closer.
Then we moved to an apartment together, and then the brother and the best friend moved up, and it's just kind of the rest is history. But we always wanted to start a business, didn't know what it was going to be, because everybody had like a bit of entrepreneurship in them. Like, we knew we didn't want to work for anybody else. We knew that there was something special here. We knew we could change the world in some way. Didn't know what that way was going to be. So first we were like, you know what? Because we were volunteering at a children's shelter. So we were like, yo, let's start a nonprofit for kids. Because we were helping kids out, Atlanta Children's Shelter. And so nobody told us that you had to have profit to start a nonprofit.
I didn't know that.
So that didn't work out. That's what I'm saying, is that didn't work out. We still to this day want to do the nonprofit because we want to start a school for like gifted kids, for kids who just want to write, who just want to do. And but sometimes parents can push you to that's not a real thing. But we just want to start a school.
Or it's the one in a million thing.
Even if it's an after school program. Hey, come hone your skill here. We still want to do that. So so then we were like, all right, we don't have the profit right now. We're 19 years old. We don't have any funds. So let's try something else. Atlanta's a big party promotion city.
Yeah,
so like,
Scooter Braun. That's where he got huge.
Scooter, yeah, we just met him not too long
ago.
No
way.
Yeah,
cool,
super cool guy.
That's super cool.
So we're like, all right, party promotion. Let's try that. We had one party, July 27th of 2007.
You remember
we still got the flyers.
Oh God.
First off, everything was wrong about this business model. So this is for whoever's listening. Just know that you can try things and you can fail, and it's okay.
It's okay.
We failed completely. First off, the flyer. We take a model who was popular at the time, just throw on the flyer.
Of course. Thinking it's okay.
It's okay.
There's no copyright issues. You don't need anybody's green light.
This isn't her image. She doesn't need this. Whatever. Throw it on the flyer. The flyer's a decent flyer. I was like, all right, cool. Literally, at the time, we're printing up flyers, which blows my mind now because nobody does that anymore.
You're sending off DMs. You're just posting it online.
We printed up thousands of flyers. We're around the metro Atlanta area tossing it like ones at a strip club. We're throwing flyers.
You need one? I got you.
I got you. Whoever want these flyers can get it on cars. We at this time we think we're gonna shut the city down. No way people are not coming to this party. We didn't have security. Where do we find security? Dancing in a party that was in our apartment complex. He was just a big guy dancing. We was like, hey, you want to do some security? All right.
Sure.
So he shows up to do security in a hoodie and some jeans. Like, we're like, all right. We didn't have anybody to work the door. Who do we ask? Our friend who's 9 months pregnant, 8 months pregnant. What are we doing?
Just taking whatever, anybody you can find that's willing to do it, fill in.
Our DJ, which is still my friend to this day, is my homeboy from North Carolina who hadn't really DJed a party in his life, drove his van down from North Carolina to come DJ this party. So with everything set, we're like, all right, boom, this is the night. 6 people showed up. 5 of them was us. Literally, it was dry. And nobody
And you guys thought you had it big. You thought this was...
It gets better. Our name at the time was the Black Executives because we thought we were cool. Somebody comes up to us and says, hey, we already got that name. You guys can't use that name. It was another promotional group that already had that name.
Oh, man.
What are the chances? So then we made so less money that we had to tell one of the guys to go to the bank out of our own
own personal pocket
to pay the club because we didn't make any money. It was so bad that it was 2 African club owners. They were outside arguing with each other about to throw blows because
they weren't making anything that night. This was a loss completely.
Done deal. So needless to say, party promotion did not go well. Boom. So we were like, all right, that's not it. One day, me and my friend, my dad lives an hour outside of Atlanta now in Macon, Georgia, a.k.a. the Sticks.
The Sticks.
It's out in the Sticks. Me and one of the guys were out there. My dad has a camera that he was like just laying around. I was like, yo, can we do something random on your camera? He was like, yeah, I don't care. We go outside. We feel this thing called, it was called Hood something, but it was basically like Steve Irwin, but catching like a hood guy in his element.
Okay.
So I played the hood guy. My homeboy played Steve Irwin character behind the camera. And it was called Hood Hunters. That's what it's called. And I played like this weird guy. It was weird. It was blurry. You couldn't really see it, but we filmed it. There was no story, whatever. We put it on Facebook. Hundreds of comments are like, yo, this is funny. You guys are funny, da-da-da. So we're like, huh. One of the guys sees it from back in Atlanta. He's like, yo, when y'all come back to Atlanta, bring the camera. So we're like, all right. We get there. We start doing random stuff on Facebook like breakfast freestyles, which are still up there to this day. I'm going to have to send it to you. It's hilarious.
Please do. Please do.
Staring contest. Kid shit. This stuff that they're just like, we just want to be seen. But every comment was like, you guys are funny. This is good. You guys look, as a group, you guys look good together. So we're like, huh. Something's here. Don't know what it is. So then we were like, yo, why don't we take this to this YouTube thing? YouTube is new, like
because
that's
when YouTube was.
It's 2009,
yeah.
So YouTube was still fairly new.
Yeah,
It wasn't,
yeah.
People weren't doing too much content on there, not original content. So we were like, let's try it. So one of the guys, his aunt, helped us get our trademark, our business license, tax ID, all that stuff. And so like we still argue about it to this day. We don't know if it was March 15th, 16th, or 17th.
You still don't know.
But one of those 3 days of 2009, we became an official business, Dormtainment LLC. One of the guys had a thing about putting tainment at the end of everything. So we just was like, all right, Dormtainment. We're in college. Let's do it.
Oh, that's perfect.
Boom. Dormtainment LLC came alive. We had a website. We had the YouTube. It's like, all right, let's do it.
Let's
so
just start.
You start putting videos up. Not good. You know, you could see that the heart was there. Visually, wasn't there.
Yeah.
Funny, but it's just like, you know, lights are in the background. The takes are too long.
You see the person in the back holding up
nobody knew what they're doing. But over time, we were like, all right, let's start studying a little bit more. Let's start really
honing in on the craft.
Honing in on it. So that same year, my friend Latoya, who I was telling you about earlier, shout out to you, Latoya, that's at Atlantic Records. She worked at Georgia State. She was going to Georgia State, and she was part of a group called the Campus Pals. Campus Pals were putting on their very first variety show in 2009. First year we started. In October, she reaches out. Well, before October, she reaches out to us and says, "Hey, we're doing a variety show. We're looking for hosts. I came across you guys' stuff. It's funny. Have you guys ever done a live show?" Yeah, all the time.
This ain't our first rodeo. We've been there.
Duh. Never did a live show ever. Heavy goes, you guys hosted stuff before too, right? Yeah, girl, we been out here.
We're the whole package. We're the whole package.
We got it all.
Videos, we'll do it.
We hang up the phone. I don't know what to do. So we just knew that we had to prepare for this variety show in October, thinking it's going to be 100 people. Cool. But goes back to extra credit. We was like, okay, we can't be regular hosts. What are we going to do different? Let's do skits for the live show. Let's come up with segments for the in-between, because I got tired of seeing hosts come out. All right, so next, let's entertain the crowd while they're waiting to be entertained. Makes sense.
Keep everything moving.
Keep the energy up. So we came up with little skits, all this stuff. We get there. It's 800 people there.
That's a lot of people.
For our very first live, I'm like, what are we doing? Gets worse. So I'm backstage. We're like 5 minutes before going on. Latoya comes up to me and she's like, "Oh, hey, our intermission act isn't showing up, so you guys are funny. You can just figure something out to do." I text all the guys and say, "Hey, the intermission act isn't coming. We have to figure out something to do for the intermission." Everybody's like, "What? What? We're about to go on like 2 minutes. What do you mean?" Panicked. Lights go down. I was like, "This is it. Like, there's no.
What we've been waiting for,
no
boys."
We go out there. Nobody knows who we are, really. I mean, some people might have seen or something, but we go out there. We murder it. Like, we do our intermissions. We introduce. It's like once I got on stage, I felt home. At that moment, I was like, all right, this is something I could see us doing for a long time. I feel comfortable on stage.
And you feel comfortable with them.
I say, yeah, something's working here. We do the show. After the show, people are like, "Yo, where can I find you guys?" So of course they followed us, and they were like, "Yo, you guys should start doing live shows just by yourself." So because of Latoya, we've been doing live shows ever since then. So we thank her.
It.
She's seen it ever since then. We use some of even the same segments that we used then in our show now that we entertain with. And I'm like, it's crazy that was almost 10 years. It was like nine years ago coming up. So
it's amazing that you guys formed this group in college.
Yeah.
And then, you say like you just said, you guys were thrown like, oh, now you have to do intermission, and you just on the spot are like, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what we're gonna do. And you throw yourself in there and you make it work. And that you've just stayed doing it for 9 years.
So people listening, throw yourself in there, man. Like, I know a lot of you listening want to be singers, you want to be actors, you want to be whatever it is. Throw yourself in there. You might fall face first. You might. You're going to learn something.
Yeah.
Like our man Gary V. Fail. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it is. And nobody's going to sit there and point and laugh at you,
No.
They're going to be there to support you when you hit, when you succeed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But if not, they turn a blind eye. They keep doing what they have to do. What does it matter?
Oh,
he failed.
Whatever.
Throw a party. Yeah, dude. You failed. It's not a big deal.
Use it as fuel. It's just all fuel. So from there, it started to get bigger. So by 2011, which is 2 years into doing it, we had about 60,000 subscribers.
On YouTube. Damn.
200 videos.
You guys are putting them out consistently.
Yep. We started this thing. I hate to sound like this guy, but I have to be this guy. We started the Sundays at 7 when it came to YouTube videos. There was Sundays at 7. It was like a TV show. People were like, oh, I got to watch Dormtainment Sunday at 7. We did this Sunday at 7 for like years. Sunday at 7. We had amassed in those 2 years like 200 videos.
Wow.
60,000 subscribers, over 1 million total channel views. And then one day it all got deleted. Oh, yeah. This is where we get into the gritty part of the story.
Whoa.
It all got deleted. We get home. We had put a prank video up that day. We get home to upload something else. We log on. It's like, your account has been terminated. you know how like you look at something,
You're like, there's something wrong here.
Let me just shut my computer.
Yeah.
Take a walk around the block.
Walk 2 miles to the gym. Come back.
Come back because I know the computer it's definitely malfunctioning. So cool.
Something's not right.
Took a minute. Open it back up. Your YouTube channel has been terminated. All 60,000 subscribers. All 200 videos. All of the views. I tell people it's like a business literally burning down because that was everything we had in there.
Yeah, it is a business.
That was 2 years of like work, staying up late, doing editing. We did everything ourselves. So we're like, yo, what is going on? But see, at the time, we weren't with a YouTube network or anything. They didn't have these YouTube networks. So if you had too many copyright issues, because, music and all that stuff, they just flagged your channel. And once you got a certain amount of flags, they wiped it out. Whoa. And I was like, yo. So we were hurt. Like, it's just like.
You were about to upload for that.
Just about to upload some extra content that we had. We had most of it backed up, but not everything. So we were like, yo. So then some fans started like saying, where's your channel? Da da da. One fan reached out to us on Facebook, said, yo, my cousin works at YouTube. So we're like, okay, all right. Okay, we got
That's a step.
Boom. So we get in contact with the cousin. We're like, all right, cool. Here we go. Cousin starts working on it, trying to figure out what's going on. She's working on it for like a week. So then her cousin calls us back one day, or we called to check, like, yo, we haven't talked to your cousin. Is she still at YouTube? What's going on? She says, guys, my cousin passed away in a car accident. And she was pregnant. And I was like, yo. At that moment, we were like, is this for us? Like, are we supposed to be, like, we really questioned, because we was like, she was trying to, and it felt so bad because she was trying to help us. She was a fan. She was trying to help us get our YouTube channel back. It hit us hard. I was like, yo, what do we do? Like, do we just stop or do? We was like, no. She wouldn't want us to stop. She's a fan. We got to figure this out.
Oh, man.
But everything was a blessing in disguise. The channel getting deleted, all that was a blessing because, so we were like, all right, this is what we do. We take this opportunity, we rebrand everything. New logo, new camera, new skits, and we come back and we come back hard. So we got new camera, new logo, new website, new everything. We start uploading. Within a month, we had 80,000 back. Like, it was like we started. We're shooting them out the shell. We're like, oh no, we're coming back. We're coming back.
Heavy, hard,
heavy. Boom, that happens. Within 2 months, we do this song called Straight Outta Dunwoody. Dunwoody is a suburban area where Ryan Seacrest is from, which we found out in Atlanta. We had moved to Dunwoody. We moved to Dunwoody because we had got evicted. Some of us got evicted from an apartment. I was like, everything works for a reason. Got evicted, moved to Dunwoody, got a new apartment. In Dunwoody, the neighbors were so nice. We were like, yo, we got to make a song. But let's make like a hard rap song talking about how nice our neighborhood is. So we used Straight Outta Compton and called it Straight Outta Dunwoody. We were dressed preppy, rapping about how good our neighborhood is, how the Wi-Fi is everywhere, all this stuff. Fox News Atlanta sees it. They're like,
the video.
Because we woke up the next morning, it had like 80,000. We were like, okay, this is a little more than we usually have. This is interesting.
This is good. This is good.
By the afternoon, it was like at 150. We were like, okay, something's going on here. Later in the afternoon, 200. We're like, okay, I think we might have a little viral
content.
Fox News hits us up like, yo, who are you guys? Da da da. They come and do a segment at our house, put us on Atlanta Fox News. Boom. So the video's doing its thing. I'm thinking that's it from that video. We're at work one day. I'm at work one day. I see an email from NBC Today Show. NBC Today Show is like, yo, we seen your video Straight Outta Dunwoody. We want to feature it on a segment on NBC Today Show. We just need your permission.
All set. Go ahead.
You want to play it? Rip it. Do whatever you got to do. They show it on national news. People start flooding in. They start hitting us. I'm like, all right, cool. This is in the span of like 4 or 5 months since we restarted the channel. Our agent, who we're still with today, which you laugh about it now, he works at Gersh Agency. he reached out to us and was like, hey, I see you guys have like 80,000 subscribers in less than 2 months. You guys are booming, da-da-da. Little did you know, we put in 2 years of work hard.
And now it's just it's just the rebrand.
And he was like, are you representative? Do you want an agent? We ain't know nothing about Hollywood. Sure, yeah, whatever that
you
means.
Want to help us out? We'll do it.
We'll do it. Boom, we get our agent. That happens. Then the ultimate happens. Comedy Central New York hits us up and it's like, hey, do you guys want to come to New York to meet us and talk about a show? At this point,
how did that feel seeing that come in?
At this point, I was ready to quit everything because I'm like, oh, we've made it. We're here. Like there's nothing else to do because you're naive. You're young. You're naive. I'm like, this is it. Mom, I'm calling my mom. Quit your job. We're about to be balling out of control. And it's another learning experience. We go to New York. We're excited. We meet. It's a great meeting until they ask us, so what type of show do you guys want? What do you mean? Don't you guys just give us a show? Like, isn't that how Hollywood works? It's like, oh, you don't know what type? And then we started kind of rambling. Oh, yeah, I guess we want like a scripted reality, like, like just rambling. And they can tell. So they're like, it's okay. Here's our cards. We'll meet again. It hits us. We're like, oh.
So they wanted you to come and present to them a show idea.
As we didn't know. We didn't know.
I would have thought I thought when you're saying they contact you, that means we have something we want.
That's what we thought. That's not how Hollywood works at all. You have to
pitch it.
Which brings me to another lesson is practice. You have to be prepared for those games. Like, that's why practice is important. We weren't practicing what type of show we wanted. We didn't know who our characters were. We didn't know what a season of a show would look like. We didn't know any of that stuff. And that meeting taught us, they don't just give it to you. You got to bring it. And then they see if they want it.
Yeah.
Went back home, started coming up with shows, coming up with everything. Boom, boom, boom. Long story short, we still in Atlanta. By the end of 2012, we released an album called Broken Famous. Broken Famous charted on iTunes for like 3 weeks in comedy.
It's a
music album, and it bangs.
With comedy,
it's comedy.
Yeah,
but it's
still
that you can ride to.
Yeah, okay.
All right, is this comedy? Like, and so that came out. That's when we got our first million view because we had a song called "Ass on the Internet." And it was basically about, because at the time, that's when twerking was getting hot again. And so we were like making fun of like all the internet videos of people doing that. And it was a dope beat and it was a dope song. And the video is what did it. We had a vision for a one-shot video in our apartment. So everything's one shot. It's just a smooth one shot throughout the whole, no cuts in the whole apartment. So that video went viral, and that was our first million view video.
Wow.
Then from there, the million views started stacking up from there. And then December of last year, we hit 1 million. We hit 1 million December last year.
Subscribers.
So it took us, to 1 million subscribers. So it took us 8 years.
Yeah.
So I tell people, man, it's not a day thing.
Yeah. Well, I think,
and there's so many ups and downs in there, but we'll have to spread this podcast into 2 or 3 of it. So many like lessons in there that we learned.
And the million didn't just come overnight, And I think sometimes it's hard because we see that one person that got 1 million in a year.
Yeah.
And if you're not seeing that million in your first year, you're like, all right, I failed. I need to stop making these videos.
Technically, we started over and then got the million.
And then got that million. Yeah.
So that goes to show it can happen either way. Like, we had shit shut down on us, but when you believe in something, man, you just you like, nah. You guys see
you see the bigger picture of what you're doing, and then not, the meetings with Comedy Central didn't necessarily go well, but it's all right. We'll be prepared for the next time that they contact us for the next person who connects with us.
We ended up working with them. We ended up having a web series called 6 Guys, 1 Car, 2 seasons of it with them. So 2 years later, we ended up working with them.
It still worked out.
And so it still worked out. We didn't get the show we wanted, but it was like, you know what? Eyes are on us. Bigger audience will take. And then we also got a chance to sell out the Gramercy Theater in New York in 2015 and put on a show for all the Comedy Central execs and everybody. It was a great, it was an amazing show. Like that was a pivotal moment because it was the first time we got to see our name literally in the lights, because on the theater I was like, oh, whoa, this is weird.
That's us. That is
thinking
us.
about 19 years old and Macon and my dad's, and then looking up at that is like, it was mind blowing. But you have so much gratitude, man. It's like, that's why I wake up every day.
It goes back to the spirituality aspect that it's just I think
like,
it's important.
Gratitude, man. Like every day, like I could literally be at a desk working, filing papers or doing whatever it is, but God has allowed me to just like, maneuver how you want to, but just always have gratitude. Like gratitude is one of the most important things. Gratitude. Like I've read, last year was like a big personal growing time for me, because I read The Alchemist, I read
amazing book.
The Four Agreements, I read The Fifth Agreement, The Mastery of Love. I'm reading how to live your ideal life right now. I'm reading, like, it's just like all this stuff that just you need, like writing things down, getting specific, getting bold with what you want. Instead of writing, I want to make a lot of money. What amount do you want to make? I'm like, write that amount down.
How do you want to make it?
That's
the most important part.
Write that down. Where do you see? Yeah, you want a new car. What kind of new car do you want? Oh, but what if a Benz? But no. If you want the Benz, put the Benz. You know what I'm saying? Like writing this stuff down, man, because when it's on paper, when you start like how you got this purpose and youth here, purpose and youth with the coasters, the cups are coming, like the shirts are coming,
the cups are coming,
the sticker on the, like you keep seeing it, people keep seeing it, it just keeps on bringing that energy, and it just starts coming together, it starts pulling together. I tell people, man, writing stuff down, speaking positive, like if it's anything negative, anybody negative, I'm sorry, remove them. Remove them. It's not going to help you out.
Yeah, it's only going to hold you back.
It's only going to hold you back. Keep it going. Keep the positivity going. So, yeah, man. So we ended up doing the live show, and it was great. Yeah, we didn't get the show we wanted. We thought we were going to get to go to TV. That didn't happen. It's always been steps. The thing I like about us is it's like, it hasn't been like when a plane takes off for us, because a lot of people, the plane takes off. Ours has just been after you get to the high altitude and you just coast. Mm-hmm. That's how ours been, just coast. Yeah. Hit a little turbulence. we just gotta keep going. We just keep going, and I think I'd rather have it that way, because it's about the legacy. It's about the legacy. I don't want to just shoot up and then, oh, but remember those guys that?
Yeah. No. You want to stay up there.
Oh yeah, let's just You might forget about us a little bit. Oh, then we here.
Yeah. The turbulence you hit is only putting you up a little bit.
Put you up a
little jump at a time.
I like it that way so much better, because our fans have been loyal for 8, almost 9 years now, and like we've never had a 30 million view. I think our highest view was like 3 million.
Still,
there are people out there with 30, 40, 50, 10, 12. We haven't had it, but we have a core fan base, and we have respect. Mm-hmm. Like, we never stepped outside of what we know. We never started doing a bunch of pranks. We never started, like, seeing what other people were getting hot off of and just jumping over there. We were like, you know what? Nope. Stay here. Yeah. Stick to it. Evolve in what we got to involve. Keep studying film. Study the great directors who we want to be like. Study all of that. And then that kept us grounded, and it also kept us knowing, like, that vision. Like, I look at it as like a car in the fog. Like, you're on the road, it's just real fog. You just can't see,
Yeah.
Sometimes you put the high beams on, you can see a little further, but you just have no idea.
You have no idea what's ahead of you.
You have no idea, but you know what? I got to get there, so yeah. I just got to
keep going. There's no way of going back at this point.
Can't go back. So, yeah, man, it's been a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journey. Like, we've done a lot. When I really think about it, we've done a lot of stuff.
And you guys are still so young. I mean, this
young.
is not the end of the end of the road.
I tell people, it's like my toe is in the door. We're right at the point where our toe is in the door, and once that foot gets in, it's over. Yeah. Once the foot gets in, it's over.
Everything is in motion, so that you don't. Today, you could get a call for a big TV series, and you network, and somebody wants to have you guys as the heads of it or something.
We're doing so many things. We're writing our own shows. I mean, we're creating our own shows. We're about to start bringing people up under our channel to while they can work our channel while we go and do our own thing. Like, we're trying to create this network of just creatives and like podcast and like music and like everything. So that's our goal, to just
be
leave an imprint.
any distribution
Anything.
of entertainment, the
Yeah.
podcasting,
Yeah.
the YouTube channel.
We just got a show picked up on YouTube Red called Snap, and we did the pilot in February. We launched it in July. YouTube Red just picked it up. Then I'm writing on the show called Couples Night, created by my boy What's Good. I'm writing and I'm in that show. One of the guys, he's in a Netflix show as a cartoon character. Like, it's so cool because individually we can go do things and it all leads back to Dormtainment. Like, because anything
You're a member of this is like the entity.
That's the thing. So anything we do, I'm funneling it back because eventually Dormtainment will always be the same. We will probably go off, be great, do our thing, but the business will always be Dormtainment. We'll always do movies under our production. We'll always do TV shows under our production while we go out and do our things. I was like, it just makes sense.
That is so cool that you guys can do that too.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously at the end of the day, this has been a starting point for all of you, right? And you keep making all these videos. You had that hump. You had to restart the channel. You keep going, and then it gets to a point where maybe you're getting contacted to do a single role for something, and why wouldn't we want you to do that?
Go
it's
do
an
it.
opportunity for you. Like, do it.
Go do it.
You're helping us build the overall brand.
That's it. Because all you're going to do is ask me, so what do you do? Oh, I'm in a part of this group, Dormtainment. That's what we do.
And there's
boom,
5
boom.
of us. You want the whole package?
Boom. Let's go.
Bring us on in.
Boom.
We'll bring the bus.
That's like there's no comedy group, and especially there's no black comedy group out there doing what we're doing. And I think when we get that foot in the door, it's gonna make waves. It's gonna be like we are trying to be the new Rat Pack. We're big fans of Sammy Davis and Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. Like the Rat Pack, man. That's what I was like. We want to be those guys because they were fun. They were out, but they weren't out at the same time. They were mysterious. Like, what do they do? Like, they do music. They do movies. Like, that's us. Like, and we're just a complete comedy collective, and that's what we're trying to push.
Do you think people are born with the ability to make others laugh, or is it something that we can work on?
That's always such a tough question because I think everybody is born with the spirit of laughter. Now, the ability to go out and make people laugh, it's a little different. I feel like that's a gift. I feel like that's something special because it's not everybody can just get on stage and just start spitting stuff out and make people laugh. But then again, maybe in like a social setting with your friends, you can make people laugh. So I think there's different versions of it. I had a problem for a while when I was trying to figure out what's my gift and what's my talent. And I was
Two completely different things.
Two completely different things.
Yeah, you're being self-aware about what your talents are.
Versus what your gift is.
Am I saying that right?
It is. I mean, it's two separate things.
It is.
It's two separate things. And a lot of people don't think about that. They think it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. So for a long time, I was like, all right, well, my gift is that, I can make people laugh and stuff like that. But my talent is like music and like that stuff. Because I always got stuck. I'm like, man, but I don't want to leave music behind because I'm getting good at comedy, and I don't want to leave comedy behind because I'm getting good at music. But I was like, you know what? You're not leaving anything behind because Jamie Foxx did it, Justin Timberlake did it, Eddie Murphy did it.
Best.
Oh yeah,
Timberlake.
He just got it. Like I was like, he does it all. I was like, so Childish Gambino.
Don't forget him.
I was like, so you can do everything. You can do entertainment, whatever you want to do. I was like, okay. But then my friend in the group broke it down. He said, you're wrong about both of them. And I was like, oh, well, excuse me. He was like, your talent is comedy and music and all. That's your talent. He's like, your gift is people. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
For the longest, I couldn't figure it out. When he said it, whole world opened up. He was like, think about it. Because he was like, you're the one in the group. He's like, you're the most social. You're the most active on the social. When people come in the room, you could talk to anybody. He's like, you're our secret weapon when we're at somewhere. If we're at a venue or something with a lot of people and when information needs to be had, Rome, go find it. Go find the person.
You're the guy to do it.
And I was like, yo, I'm a people person. He was like, I'm always looking for the good in people. I was like, that's the gift. And I was like, that makes so much sense. And once you figure that out, it gives you a whole nother self-awareness. You're like, all right, now, like, me come and do the podcast. Immediately when I seen what you were doing and seen that you were doing it for a purpose, the people person in me was like, you got to go do this. Like, you got to go be on this podcast. You got to go send your voice. And it's selfish in a way because I want to do it because I'm like, ooh, I can help him. I can help him. But it's also selfless because it's like, I'm doing it because I just like what you're doing.
Yeah,
and
it goes completely both ways.
It goes completely both ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a good. Sometimes selfishness can be good. You know, if it's for the right thing. So yeah, man. So people, man, I want to see people do good, man. I want to see people like I never understood when people just like hate. Like what? I don't understand. Like there's not. It's so much. We got Amazon, Hulu, ABC, NBC, Netflix, HBO, Showtime, Facebook. There's so many places to get content and put content on that the room will literally never run out. Yeah. And each day something
pops up. Like
each day.
Like this whole YouTube Red that's
YouTube Red. It's a brand new thing. Who knows? Because Netflix, everybody was looking at that like, oh, I don't know what that's going to be. Who knows? In 3 years, YouTube Red could be another Netflix. You just don't know.
You don't know.
You just don't know. So be positive, keep working, and just see where you get in, where you fit in. It's room literally for everybody. And pull from the people around you. Like, don't always think you got to get the biggest names. Get your homeboys that's like doing everything. You guys can come together and do it together. I've been trying to figure out a book that I wanted to write. I've been wanting to write a book for years. I finally figured out I want to write a book about the power of a squad. There's no book about what it means, especially from somebody who's in a group, has been in a group with the same guys, living in the same places for almost 10 years.
That's a bond, man.
That's like, and I tell people there's a difference between when you go out with a nice lady and y'all have fun. That's fun. You feel a good feeling. But there's something about when like you are having fun with your homeboys. It's like a different fun that you can't really describe.
You can't describe it.
You can't describe it.
You could be sitting in a park and you're gonna have the best time.
Clowning, like it's just
you with your boys.
But it's something powerful in that, and I was like, you know what? That's the book that I want to write because everybody's funny. Everybody is always like, yeah, I want to make it, but I need a team. But I needed this. But I need somebody to help me with this. It all goes back to like bringing people together. Like, and I feel like my job as a people person is to write this book about how we can be together and do great things. Like the greatest things get done together. And it's like that's the book I want to write. And then of course we'll write the Dormtainment books and all that stuff. But
that's another one.
Oh yeah, that's the whole. Yeah, that's the bio book. That's a whole nother book, man. But legacy, man. That's why I'm glad we just been going steady. One of my favorite quotes from any movie. I was telling my homeboy who's a trainer because he has the same quote that he loves. It was in the movie Troy when Achilles was about to fight the big guy at the beginning, and I think the kid or somebody was running to him like, "Yo, so you're gonna fight so and so? Like, what if you get hurt? Da da da." And like Achilles just looks at him and he's like, "That's why no one will remember your name." And I was like, whoa. I said, that's what it's about. He went to fight, regardless of whether he was going to win or lose, they was going to remember his name because he stepped up to do it. And I was like, that is a quote to live by. Think about, if you die tomorrow, who's going to remember your name? And I was like, yeah, gotta get it.
That's it, man.
Every day, gotta get it.
So it.
Gotta get
Honestly,
it. Gotta get it.
That is something money cannot buy you.
Gotta get it because think about it. We remember all the greats. We remember Michael. We remember Prince. We remember Ali. Forever. They're never going anywhere. Who's gonna remember your name? Ask yourself that when that alarm clock goes off and you're like, oh, I don't want to do it. Ask yourself, who's gonna remember my name? It'll get you up.
Yeah, it'll definitely get
you up. Nobody wants to be forgotten. That's a lonely feeling. So like, you know what?
Think about when you're like the last one getting picked on the basketball team or something.
Exactly.
Literally, people could have just said, we don't need, it's something similar of that.
It's the same thing, man. Who's gonna remember your name? And I was like, yo, that quote blew my mind when I first heard it. I was like, whoa. Oh yeah.
That's so true.
Gotta do it.
Who do you What is the best, actually, let me take it back. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received, and who gave it to you?
Woo! Hit me with a haymaker.
Yeah, we got a couple left hooks coming.
All right. The best piece of advice anyone ever gave me, who was it? My grandmother. My grandmother told me to never stop loving. And I think the reason why that hit me so hard is because love is in everything. Love is in your work. Love is in how you speak. Love is in how you conduct yourself. And when you never stop doing those things, they all kind of just funnel back to character, to building the character that you have. And it's like, because you love what you do. You get up, you love what you do.
Absolutely.
You love the city you're in. You love, like, it just brings energy when you love, and like, and I love people. And I think that's a certain thing that just, if you keep on honing that and honing love, like, man, it's a powerful thing. You can't even really describe it. God is love, and if God is in us, then I love you, you love me. It's like writing is, if I love writing, and writing is a form of creativity. Creativity is God, it's spirit, it's love. Like, everything funnels through love, and people just don't realize it. You know what I'm saying? That's why we feel certain things when we watch movies. And like, the first movie I ever cried on because I understood, was Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh, man.
Because there's something about someone struggling to get something, and then when they get it, it hits you in such a human loving way. You're like, oh man, like at the end when the guy said, you can come back tomorrow and then the next day, and bring it. And he realized he got the job, and you just see his eyes water up, and I'm like, yo, I can't take this. Because I know that feeling. It's a win. And like Drake said, Drake is one of
shout out to Drake.
Drake said the thing he loves the most is those big wins with his team. Like, those big wins, when you get those big wins, nothing could, like, no money can buy that.
That's the fuel that will get you.
Like, it's just
keep moving.
Those big wins, because it's just a feeling of love. It's like, yo, we did this. And that's why, like, I just love seeing people win. Like, if next week I was to see you in the office with Gary Vee or somebody like that, I'd be like, my man. Like, it's like, yo, because I don't think people realize when you root for other people, not saying that you got to root for them just to get something back, but when you genuinely root for people, they remember that, and they'll think about it when something's going on or an opportunity comes up. Like, you know what? Let me reach out to my man. Like, he been supporting me. Like, if you give genuine support, man, you get that energy back. So I would say, always love, yeah. Man. Yeah, that's what it's about. And I've never heard my grandma tell anybody no. I've never heard her say no to anybody, and I'm like, it gets me mad. I'm like, say no, stop saying yes. But she says yes, man, and I think that's what gave her so many life experiences. She's still living to this day, and I'm grateful for that. But it's just like, she always says yes. She's just the softest, sweetest lady, and I'm just like, you know what? If I could just harness that energy and give it to people, it would just make the world go around. Yeah.
Love is two things, both on those. Love is, showing love to people that are doing their passion, or that are, you can tell that they are in a tough part in their life, and just reaching out, or literally, it doesn't have to be anything
people
crazy.
Think love is just romantic. No, it's an experience. Love is like, is everything. It's just like, hey man, you good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Just checking. If you need anything, let me know. That's love. It was just
that is.
That's
that
it.
Is.
Like that's it. Because now this person's like, oh shoot, someone's thinking about me.
Yeah.
If they're thinking about me, I wonder who else is thinking about me. Now you just changed the projector.
You just could have changed somebody's life.
Like,
just like that.
Just
call in and say hello.
Just like that. I'll never forget. I was at a gas station. This is when I knew everything shifted for me about what I was doing. I think I was like 27, 26. I'm right in Reseda, California, in the Deep Valley. I'm at a gas station. This fan comes up to me. He says,
randomly,
Rome. Yeah. He says, Rome, what's up? I'm like, oh man, what's going on? He's like, yo, I'm a big fan of your videos. I love what you do. Keep doing it. I'm like, cool. So I'm about to just get in my car because we said our piece. Cool. I was like, that's love. Boom. He said, but you got a minute? I want to talk to you real quick. I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. Yeah, what's up? He's like, yo, so I'm a cancer survivor. I was like, yo, congrats. Definitely congrats. Good. That's an amazing thing. He's like, no, but you don't understand. He was like, I was kind of like on give up mode because it's like, this is one of those things I just got to accept. He was like, I was in the acceptance stage that I was going to die. And I was like, wow. He was like, until I came across your videos. He's like, I came across you guys' videos and I laughed day after day after day. And he's like, I literally believe your laughter cured my cancer because doctors say I started feeling better. He was like, I'm just watching you guys and how you were together all the time. And I was like, oh man, if I hang on, I can get that. I can get back with my friends. He was like, I've rekindled my relationship. He was like, all because I watch what you guys do. Don't ever stop what you're doing. I'm not afraid to admit this. I got in the car, I cried because I was like, whoa, okay. I said, now this isn't about me anymore. No. This literally isn't about me anymore. Nothing that I'm doing isn't about me. It's about shifting the way people see life, love, and like laughter. Like no other gift could amount to what he told me. I saved a life. Like
I completely believe that.
I was like, yeah, when he told me
that laughter and seeing that could honestly change the outcome of how he went through.
Because if you're depressed but then you start laughing and like thinking about life in a positive way, now you're bringing that love back to you. Like, okay, this is, and he said he's been cancer free, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Literally, I don't care what happens. I can't stop now. If that doesn't make you keep going, I don't know. I don't know what will.
That has to be keep you pushing.
And we've gotten emails before of how we stop people from suicide and helped relationships because they watched our videos together, and I'm like, it's just not about us. It's not about us. It's about these people out here who are looking to either gain some inspiration or just have a laugh for the day. Just have a laugh to make. And it's like, man.
That's truly inspiring, man.
I can't.
That is to the level that I hope to one day get to. Like to see an impact like that.
Keep going. I know. I just got to keep going, man. It kills me when I see people stop, man. I never want to see people stop because why stop? Why?
You have to see it through.
You never want to be the what if person. What if I'd have kept going? There's so many what if people out there that are fucking losing their mind right now because they're like, but what if? Oh, that's disgusting. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the what if. That's why I got to keep going. I got to keep going to the point where I say, all right, I couldn't do it. so it just didn't work because of me.
Yeah.
But over time, it's proven. From your Kevin Hart's to your Jerry Seinfelds to anybody you've ever seen successful, it's proven. When they kept going, it happened. There's no failed case of that if you kept going. Usually people who don't make it, they stopped. Everybody who's kept going has made it.
Yeah.
Literally. Same thing with our podcast. We started with one mic. 5 people around one mic. Sounded terrible. No, it was like, and that's why I love that me and you connect on the Gary Vee thing. He was like, I like starting over with stuff. Like, and I thought about the podcast like I thought about a YouTube. I was like, oh, we started over on YouTube. Start the podcast, should be fine. And slowly, we've been doing it since March of 2015. It'll be going on 3 years in this next year, and we've reached 13.9K and got over 1 million listens. Just keeping it.
Staying steady. Staying consistent.
We started 1 mic, then we grew to 2, and then we got 3, and then we got 5 for everybody, and then we switched the name of the podcast. Then we kept going, and we added guests, and same thing you're doing.
Yeah.
It's a proven process.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens.
You just have to keep going.
going.
What I love is that everything that you're touching on, you hear through this podcast, and it's through people doing completely different things. It's not that is like the dream come true of why I started this, because I truly believed that it really isn't just based on industry. It's what you are saying to me. I've sat across an entertainment artist, or I've sat across a graphic designer. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter what
It
your
literally
the end
doesn't
goal is.
matter.
It's just that you keep going.
If you want to be in a circus, same thing.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, it's
Yeah.
the exact same thing.
Yeah, man. And it's absolutely beautiful. It could impact that. I mean, I've gotten here and there DMs about just how the content has helped, but to hear something like that, man, that is powerful.
Like, see, I never take for granted when we're out, like especially on the East Coast, man. We've had fan meetups that just blew my mind, and people come out, and you're looking around, and it's almost surreal. You're like, these people are out here for me.
Yeah.
Like they just literally want to talk or just shake a hand, like just come up, shake hand. Like I'm in
Take
New
a
York.
picture.
Yeah, I'm in New York on a boat. This guy comes up. He's like, he grabs my hand. He said, "Listen, I started comedy because of you, not because of Kevin, not because of Eddie, not no." He was like, you guys. I started comedy because of you. I just want to let you know that you're gonna be working with me and see me one day. I said, I can't wait to see you.
I can't wait.
Because you like, if you that passionate about it, my brother, do it.
That's what I said to Gary Vee. I said I know one day that I'm gonna be in a relationship with you, and he said I can't wait. And I was like,
that's all you need.
That's all I need.
That's all you need.
I'll play that video back 100
wait.
times. I can't wait.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, that's a genuine, that's genuine, man.
Yeah.
That is so genuine. If you could sit down with anyone alive today and have coffee with them, who would it be?
Jeez. Just one?
One person.
Woo! Just one.
Yeah.
Have coffee.
Talk life. Talk about your goals. Talk about what's been going on in your life. Maybe get some advice. One person, anyone in the world, doesn't matter country, doesn't matter industry, doesn't matter age.
Mm-hmm.
Can be anybody that you admire or would want to sit down with.
My initial was definitely Gary.
Completely respect it.
My initial was definitely Gary. And I don't know how he got me like this, but I'm glad. I'll take it. Because he's just got it, man. He's got the recipe. He's got the recipe. And like he said, it wasn't just an overnight thing. It happened. I mean, he said he really didn't start talking about it until he was like 30 something, and those talks have impacted people, and he's a people guy. Like, and so I relate to him on that level. So definitely him. But I do want to say my second immediate choice was Pharrell.
Pharrell.
Yeah. He just seemed like somebody cool to sit down and have coffee with. Like, I'm sure the stories he has, his voice is real soothing. We be talking.
He looks like he's 28 still, and he's 40.
I need to know those secrets. Like, I need to know but his vision is great. Like, just what he, from I mean, he did the whole track for Despicable Me. All the stuff that he does, he's been around producing music since 90-something. So it's just like, that would be a wonderful conversation. Yeah, there's something about there. Pharrell. Yeah. Something about Pharrell that's dope. And he just has his spirit. He's not in too much trouble. He's not in the media like that.
No,
like,
he stays under the radar, and if you hear about him, it's for a good reason. It's for a good reason.
Yeah. So those would be definitely be two people for sure.
I respect both.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What's your definition of success?
My definition of success would be, I think my definition of success is, what do you want to get up and do? Like, if you want to be a house mom, that's your success. If you get up and do that, boom, that's your success. If I wanted to be a computer technician and make $70,000 a year, I'm successful. Success is what you make it. Like, that's what I never, because I used to always think, like, what, success? Oh yeah, shoot, successful is like, I got me a Grammy. Da. None of that means success.
No,
literally none of that means success.
It's a little trophy.
And success is, I think, it's subjective. Like, if you are in here and a success to you could be getting 1 million listens on your podcast, that you're a success. That's very successful.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it is what you want it to be. Like, success, I got it. Success is clay. You mold it to how you want. Whatever you want, that's what success is. It's clay. Like, all right, you know what? I'm successful at 45. I've been working in my career for this long. I got my 2 kids. I got my husband. I'm happy. I'm successful. And nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can say you're not. Your bills to pay. You got your cars. You're successful. I think success has been put on such a high thing. There's levels of success, of course. There's your billionaires and this and that third, but like there's somebody in a third world country that is completely fine with the tiny house, the nature, and their child. And in their mind, they're successful because they're happy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they don't need anything else. Why? What else do I need? I don't need the big cars, the planes, because at the end of the day, that disappears. And then what?
It's just objects. It can be taken away.
Taken away real quick. And so when it gets taken away, are you not successful anymore? That's what some people have to ask themselves. If all this stuff get taken away from you, are you going to say, "Oh, I'm not successful"? Or are you going to say, "Well, I'm still successful. I've changed people. I've did what I want to do. I'm a successful person." So I think success is like clay. You kind of mold it to how you want. All right, okay, cool. That's my success. All right, cool.
This is success. This is success.
Yeah, like that's.
We're gonna keep building this up.
Keep building it up, and now that's
some are
successful.
gonna be smaller, little clay molds. Some are gonna be bigger.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you have your feet in all these different things. What do you think Rome's purpose is? You're doing a lot of different stuff, comedy and writing and music and podcasting, and you said you're not afraid to just try new things, and you've had impact on people. But what do you think is the overall purpose of you?
I think the overall purpose of me is to shift the way people look at themselves. Man, people look at themselves so negative sometimes, and I'm just like, do you not understand that you're a breathing, you're a spirit. Like you're here in this bubble of life doing incredible things. Like if I have a blank sheet of paper and I write a paragraph, I've done magic. Nothing was on that paper. Nothing was in my head. I started writing. Oh, shoot, I have a page of words. Or when musicians, like, there's when I make a beat, after I make a beat, it's magic because there was nothing there. And then all of a sudden, you've created...
You made nothing into something.
You've made literally nothing into something. How could you not look at yourself and say, I'm a king, like we're gods out here. Like we can do things. Animals ain't out there doing that. Like, iguanas ain't out here making beats, which would be really cool to see. They just out there. But we have this instilled in us to create monumental things. And like I was watching a video with KRS-One. He was like, look at this glass. Now close your eyes. Can you still see the glass? And everybody was like, yeah. Who's seeing that? What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, when if we look at this sign, you can look at this sign and without opening your mouth, in your head, you could say, purpose in you. Like, you can look at it and be like, but who's saying that? What is that? We're we're creatures that, like, what is all this? How do we do these things? How do we function? You're a magical person, inside, outside, no matter what you look like, no matter what your background is. You were born, you were formed, pushed out to live. You start walking, you start running, you pick up things. People, there's bodybuilders out there that lift tires and we're superheroes. Yeah. But over time, life hits you and you just keep getting knocked down. You feel like you're not that superhero, but you're the same superhero. And in every superhero movie, what happens? They get knocked down, then they reach that moment and they dig deep and they start digging. They start digging and digging, and then they come back stronger than ever. Like, we all have these superpowers. How is it that I can remember a song from 1990? How is it that I can really remember lyrics? Your favorite song from years ago, it's nothing to you if it comes on. It's back.
You bring it back. It just pulls it right back from the storage.
Where's that at? What is that? People don't think about that stuff. We just think, oh, we out here. We just out here
having a good time.
Yeah, just having a good time. No, man. It's so much deeper than that. So I think my purpose is to get people to shift the way that they look at themselves, man. I mean, I seen somebody earlier on Instagram, and they were saying like, oh, I'm in a down moving, da-da-da. And immediately it hit me, was like, yo, reach out to them, see if they're okay. What do they need help with? Of course, I can't help everybody, but when I do get those moments, try to reach out. And that's how I know, okay, that's something that's coming. That's not coming from a place of like, oh, I just need to do it to make myself feel good. That's coming from a place of, oh, I want to give you something to help you. So that's how I know that's my purpose, is to shift the way people look at themselves and just, man, be positive, man.
Yeah. Just the way you see, I forget what the quote is, but change the way you see the world, change the way how things like roll out in your life or something like that.
Yeah.
One thing I've gotten better at, I think, in the last year is trying to find the positive in every negative situation. When something goes south, what can I take away from it? Instead of dwelling and thinking about
perspective.
Yeah.
Perspective. Do you see a dollar or do you see money? Like if somebody puts $1 in front of you, you're just like, oh, it's $1. Oh shoot, that's some money. It's two different ways to look at things. I've never said that. Where did that come from?
That was good.
Whoa. I like that.
I don't know how you thought that was really
That's
good.
solid. Because you can look at $1 and be like, oh, it's just $1. I don't need it. But man, somebody's looking at that dollar like, yo, I need that.
I need it.
I need that.
Yeah.
That's money.
Yeah.
That adds up.
And I think if when you come from, I don't want to say nothing, but when you come from an environment as a kid or when you're growing up and you had to work for things, maybe the extra credit work ethic, that it doesn't matter how much money you truly have in that bank account. You still see as that dollar as $1. If you can save,
that's how you stay rich.
That is exactly
how you stay rich.
That's exactly how you stay rich.
Because if you start blowing it like it's just $1,
you still know the value of what that dollar means.
That's then you're being unappreciative if it's just $1 to you. But if it's like, oh no, let me keep that. Let me keep that dollar over here.
Might use it later for something.
Yeah, I might use it
you don't know what, but
man.
I might be able to use it later for something.
That's what it's about, man. The dollar of money.
Yeah. Before I get into the closing questions, this is when I reverse the role. I allow my guests to ask me any one question. Could be about something we talked about today, something you want to directly ask me. Any one question. Go ahead.
What is energy to you?
Everything. It goes so much onto what we've talked about today. I really believe that if you continue to put out good energy to the world, religions aside, I believe that if you put out good energy to the world, if you surround yourself with people that I don't even want to say are doing similar things to you, but have this idea of striving for greatness or trying to accomplish things that seem so far-fetched that it full circles back to you. I don't understand why or how, but it does.
It does.
It does. And
it's something you can't explain.
It's something you can't explain. It's almost like a myth that you have to believe in, that there's no way for me to directly. I started doing a YouTube series a couple of weeks ago, and it's called Brain Food. And every week I rant on a new topic. Just something to add something.
No, that's cool.
Add some spirit to the podcasting world, and it's just me having a good time. It's a joke. I do whatever. But that's one thing I talked about this week was that I can't directly tell you, and the topic was the cost to be a good person is $0, right? So I can't directly say, Rome, if you're a good person, X, Y, and Z is going to happen. Yeah. But what I can say is that good energy somehow, some way, it's going to come back to you. Yeah. I don't know how. I don't know when.
It could be a year. Could be
2 years now.
But don't know. Yeah.
Just be that good person. And give off that good energy. Be that person that when you walk in the when you walk into the room, people are happy to see you. Yep. The legacy aspect. They want to come say hello to you. They want to come talk to you. They want
to be around you. Yeah.
That to me is success. That's my success. Yeah. When I can walk into a room and it's not even an ego. It's just that I bring energy. Yep. That people see me walking through and they're like, "There's Bobbbaaaay." Oh, they smiling. They're having a good time. That to me is like the ultimate success when you can uplift people just by your pure presence. And that's something that once again, Gary, I talk about Gary so much on this podcast, but he's the man. He's the man. And I think that the moment at Complex Con when I met him and I left, and I had this realization driving back, because that to me was such a defining moment in my life, because his content has helped me so much. But I also realized was that he has the ability, and I'm sure he knows this, but it's not like he equally thinks about. I don't know if that's even a word. He doesn't just think about it all the time, but he has the ability to change people's lives just by his pure presence.
That's it.
Pure presence.
That's what you need.
Which is, I think
that's what everyone should strive for. Like literally.
That's incredible.
That's what everybody should strive for.
Just your presence.
Come in the room.
You don't have to directly have that conversation with somebody, but somebody is in the same room as you and sees you, and they're uplifted and they feel fired up.
I was reading the story of one of Jesus' disciples was so blessed that his shadow crossed people and they were changed. That's why that's energy.
Yeah.
That's energy.
Yeah.
I don't know and that's kind of not saying that's what Gary is, but like his presence, his being is like, oh, I feel it. I'm good. I was in this room. I'm straight. Yeah. Don't even have to speak to him. Like, it's just like, I get it. I get it. I remember, let's go real quick, going back to the energy. One day, all I had was $10 left, and this homeless guy came up to me, and he was like, yo, if you just had like $10, I was like, really? That's specific? And I knew once he said it, I was like, all right, I have to give it to him. I don't know what it's for. Got to give it to him. Hopefully use it for something good. If he doesn't, that's not. I just got to give it to him. Give it to him. It was like my last $10. You know, it's one of those months you're like, it's a little rough.
Yeah.
It's a little rough.
Yeah.
I go home. I call my mom. I tell her what happened. She says, also, I'm going to tell you, you have a check that came in. I guess it's from your unemployment. They owed you a check. Came $100.
Money came right back to you.
Came right back to me.
Yeah.
I was like,
and you help somebody out.
I was like, you just never know. Sometimes it's tough, and we're not. I think neither one of us saying that you can help everybody because you can't,
and you can't bank on it.
You can't bank on it.
Yeah.
But just know, like you said, it's coming, man. It's around the corner.
Yeah.
You just got to keep going. And like I said, and people, my friend said something to me last night because I said something negative, but in a playing way, and she was like, honestly, I never heard you say anything negative in the time I've known you. And I was like, you know what? That's a good track record. I was like, I have to keep that going.
That's really good.
That's a good track record.
That's a really
That's
good
how
track
I want to
record.
be. I try my best. Even when I get frustrated, even when in my mind I want to be negative, I'm like, no, don't you spit it out. Just keep it. Because when you practice those reps, it's like push-ups. Your body won't let you do that negative. Like, it just won't let you do it. So, yeah, man.
It's important practice.
That's good, man. I like it.
Closing questions. I want you to imagine there's a picture frame on the wall right here. You're in it.
Yep.
It's 10 years from now.
Whew.
What and who else do we see in that picture frame with you?
Wow. All of the guys, of course. All of them. You see all of the guys. You see movie tickets from people coming to see our first film together. You see, maybe not letters because people don't write anymore, but maybe tweets, like cut out tweets and stuff about people saying how what we've done to help them, how we've helped them in some type of way. And I think you just see a lot of thank yous, man. It's just like, I'm always saying thank you, like just thanks, because I think the more you practice the thanks, it's just it becomes a habit. Yeah. Like, thank you. Some people are like, why you keep saying thanks? I have to, man. I just have to. I never want to lose that humble side, man. I just never, ever want to lose it, because I see what happens when people lose it, and it's not good. Yeah. It's not good. So, yeah, man. I just think the guys, my mom. Mm-hmm. Definitely my mom in there, because she's going to be at whatever our events. You know, mom they let you do it.
She might be the one at the door doing the tickets. Still recruiting people.
Moms are going to be there, man. But, yeah, man, it's that picture frame is going to be as big as your wall. You just don't, there's so much in there.
It's going to be a billboard.
Because I'm just thinking in almost 9 years what's happened. 10 years from now. Jeez. You know what? Also in those 10 years, I'll be in your brand new studio for your Purpose and Youth podcast. and video and show segment, and we'll be talking about this again.
I appreciate
10 years.
That. That's the plan, man.
That's
We're
the
gonna be doing
plan.
big production.
Let's do it.
We'll have people walking you in. It's gonna be the whole.
Yo, I'm rooting for you so much because like there's no better feeling than getting a call back and you come back and you see a whole. And I'm like, yo, come on, let's do it.
You see a level up.
Then the conversation changes. Now it's like, what have you learned? What like, it's just like a whole.
I've been able to do a couple podcast part twos where guests that were like the early stages, episode 6, episode 8. I just had 61 this past week. So you bring them on, and now we're in the 50s, and we're talking a whole year has gone by, and you talk about change, but it gets right into it. We don't have to necessarily dress where they grew up and everything. It's just an hour and a half of what's been going on, and just talk about everything.
Part 2 for us is gonna be different. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Where can people find you on social media? And you and the group and anywhere else you want to direct
at
people.
At Dormtainment, everything, man. It's not even about me today. At Dormtainment, follow Dormtainment. DORMTAINMENT. Dormtainment, everything, man. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, all that stuff, man. I think and Instagram, all that stuff. We have a show on YouTube Red out called Snap. We just got picked up. We're gonna be shooting that soon. Check us out on Kevin Hart's network, LOL Network.
That's amazing.
Check us out.
I saw
there.
the footage of you guys.
With Kevin, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man, check that out. The show is called Black Geo. It's basically National Geographic, but it's explaining Black culture, which is it's great. It's so funny. That's going on. Listen, we're always writing, always doing skits. Yeah, man. Oh, one thing I forgot to talk about.
Go ahead.
Since we've been doing YouTube for these 8 years now, going on 9, you never wanted to start feeling like a job. And that can happen with sometimes. Like you'll start getting into stuff, and sometimes you'll feel like, I'm getting up, I'm doing the same thing. I think creatives and people like us, we need a little shift here and there. Like, I don't think we can just go on a straight road the whole time.
No, there's got to be
something has
to add flavor to it.
And not saying that we don't love doing YouTube, but we're like, yo, we don't want this to just become a hustle and just be doing YouTube all the time. So that's why we slowed down we took a break for like 6 months on YouTube just to get into writing characters for our shows and stuff like that. And then that paid off. Yeah. And so now we're about to do the same thing because we're writing a film. We're writing a film. And the only way it's going to get done is we have to have a laser focus. Like, people don't understand. YouTube can take up a lot of our time because we have to edit, we have to film it, we have to come up with write the skits. And if we're writing all YouTube, we won't get to write all.
You won't have time to do bigger things.
And you guys want us to do bigger things, but fans are like, no, do it. We're like, no, we can't. You have to.
When they see that final product,
bear with us.
They'll understand.
Bear with us, and boom. And sometimes, it hurts as a creator because you're like, oh, you guys don't understand. But you got to kind of pull back. And we were having a little, since we are like brothers in business, we weren't having an argument, but we were having just a really good discussion about like, what is it that we need to do to take us to the next level? And I think that this goes for anybody who's listening. If you feel like you're just kind of stuck, you got to kind of ask yourself, what do I need to shift? What have I been doing so long that maybe I just need to shift in order to see it go in a different direction? Because we can't, we get up and we do these things, and as creatives, we just need that change. We need
gotta have something.
You gotta have something. It's like, and if you keep doing the same thing, you're like, that's not feeding me. Like, change is beautiful for us. Like, I need change. Even sometimes it might feel like a bad change at first, but then you're like, you know what? Like, even last year, we tried to do this whole thing with a new website and subscription-based, It didn't work. That's okay, though. It didn't work. You tried it. You move on. I feel like we shift every day. I think people are so stuck on if it doesn't work, then why do no, because you should do it because you learn something from it each time. You learn like, that didn't work, but now I know I got this out of it. Bring this over here. It's puzzle pieces. You're like, all right, put that there. Boom, that's entrepreneurship. It's just all puzzle pieces. Who knows? A year from now, this could be it might be called the same thing, but it might look different. It might be a different format. It might be.
Absolutely.
You just
never know.
You never know.
And even though you're not uploading as religiously as you guys were, it's not, this is done. It's just we're focusing our time and energy on something else.
And we'll come do this here.
And it's okay. We still
got podcasts.
Still pushing out content.
Check it out there. Yeah.
People can still follow you. I'll make sure we'll have both Rome's personal IG tagged up and Dormtainment, excuse me.
Thank you. No, good.
social on everything that we post. So
Boom.
you'll easily be able to find it. Before I get into the last question,
Yep.
I want to thank you for coming in today.
Hey, man, pleasure.
You know, what's interesting about the podcast is I bring people in and we have a quick 15, 20-minute conversation before we start recording, and then you kind of really get into things.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that I can get into to the type of conversation I had today, where it's real, where there's funny things, there's laughter, there's the truths of growing up. And I appreciate you opening up and talking about things so openly, because I think whoever listens to this is going to be able to walk away inspired, motivated, hopefully learning something, and maybe a couple takeaways that they can incorporate their life. So thank you for coming through today.
No, thank you, man.
Last question for you.
Boom.
Last one. Fireworks going everywhere. Somebody that's listening in hasn't found their passion, hasn't found their purpose. What 2 to 3 pieces of advice would you give them?
Definitely know your why. Before you even figure out what your passion is, all that stuff, why do you want to do what you do? Me, it's my mom, my family, my grandmother. As she's getting older, I know time comes to an end. I want her to see me do the things that nobody in our family has done. So that's one of my whys. So definitely why. And definitely know that distractions, man, stay away from them. Like the distractions will keep you from learning what your passion is. If you still like, you going out heavy, this and that and third, you got to really take some time and like just sit, be still, be in some silence sometimes, because sometimes that it feels weird at first. You're like, what am I doing? But like, you'll start to be like, okay, I'm feeling something, because we're energy. Like I said, we're energy, and sitting in your own energy, and like you start to realize like, all right, something's happening. I'm not sure what it is, but I think most important when finding your passion is, what is it that you could do if nobody paid you for it? If nobody paid you, if somebody told you, I'm sorry, you're never going to get paid for this. You can still do it if you want. You're never going to get paid for it. What is that? What is that? And look, it's okay. You may not find it quickly. That's fine. People don't realize at I'm 29, I'm going to be 30 in April. I still got like 60 years of life.
You got a long run.
Granted that I, eat healthy as I can, and then, if you take care of yourself and live right, hopefully you'll have 50 to 60 more. That's a long time. It's a long time. And never look at, because we're in a world that's full of attention. Attention is good. Attention is bad. Attention is good in the sense that, it brings worth and value to you, but it's bad because it makes you start second guessing yourself sometimes. Why are they getting more attention than I am? What are they doing? You know what I'm saying? And it's like even with you, like how many subscribers do you have on Instagram?
Followers on Instagram?
Yeah, I'm followers on Instagram.
750.
Okay. I'm about to blow your mind right now. This for anybody listening. Think about this. He has 750 Instagram subscribers. Now, a lot of people may look at that now, since Instagram's been around a lot, be like, oh, that's not a lot, whatever. If I put 750 people in front of you, it would blow your mind. It would blow your mind. That's how you have to think about it. Think about really, somebody had to point that out to me. I was like, somebody asked me how many subscribers. I was like, oh, yeah, I got like, followers. I was like, oh, I have like 57K. Like, it's cool. I'm getting it. And it was like if I put 50, that's an arena. Yeah. Kevin Hart did 53 when he did the football stadium. That's a lot of people. You can influence that many people on your social, and then those people go out and tell more people. And I was like, yo, that makes so much sense. So whether you got 100, 200, 700, keep going and realize that those are people that you can change. Even if you change one, that one can turn into millions. Yeah. That one. Because it takes one person to see you and be like, oh, what if that one person is a millionaire? Be like, I want to invest in that. That's it. Like, that's literally it.
Yeah.
Of course, you keep working, but, like, that's a big stepping stone. And, like, when somebody told me that, like, I don't know if you ever really thought about it like that. That's 750 people.
I always say to myself, I have 750. It's better than 749. Yeah. It's always better than one below.
That's what I'm saying.
It's always better than
that's
one
what
below.
I'm saying. Like that's
It's always better than one
it's
below.
always better. Like if you got 20, hey man, it's better than 19.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? To you, of course, it seems like because you see people getting all this stuff.
You see every single follower come in, so it's like this slow, steady
It's so
process.
steady, but man, listen, we started from 0 on YouTube. 0. Went to 60. Started back at 0. Now we're at 1 million. It happens, man. It happens.
It comes.
It comes.
Man. It's
Yeah,
inspiring.
man.
Rome
Well,
Green Jr., thank you for
my
coming on
man.
tonight, man.
Of
Much
course.
appreciated.
Of course, man.
Much appreciated.
Can't wait to come back.
Yes, sir. We'll catch you guys next time.
Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. I really do appreciate it. If you could leave a 1-sentence review in the comment section below about what you'd like to see in the future, that would be awesome. And if you really want to make me happy, please subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date when Bobbbaaaay drops a new video. We'll catch you guys next time.